What is going on, everyone? This is NinjaGeek here, and in today's video I want to discuss the topic of raging in video games. Really, any video game, whether it's campaign or most of the time multiplayer, because I don't really know anyone that rages at, like, say, a Call of Duty campaign or any story-driven game, maybe unless it's like the World at War campaign on Veteran, which I have not tried and probably will not, because I've heard from, like, Nero and other people that it's just a complete grenade fest, that you just get grenaded at your feet, and it's just a terrible experience, which in that case I guess you could see yourself raging at that. But generally I'm talking about in the multiplayer atmosphere where it's, you're playing Black Ops 3, and in this specific gameplay I don't have the greatest of teammates, I'll say. I'm using a BRM trying to win this domination game. I'll probably cut between different points so that the video's not as long so you can see, but these teammates would much rather camp in the top of Nuketown than do that. So it is to them what they want to do. They spend $60 on the game, but it's just frustrating. Normally when I play Call of Duty, I play in with my friends in a party, so I don't rage as much. I still do, but I don't rage as much as if I'm playing solo, and it's just none of my teammates are doing anything, and I'm the only one. I have to carry my entire team, and then a lot of the times I help you play free-for-all. Well, you know what? Free-for-all could be rage-inducing as well. Everything is really rage-inducing, and you play video games to have fun, and yes, you do have fun, but I think there is supposed to be a rage side to video games, and here's where the other topic comes in, which I don't want to get too much into, but it really ties in with raging in video games. Now, I have not broken anything while raging. I've gotten to the point where I almost have, but I have not broken anything. I've raised my voice, I've obviously sworn, swear, whatever you want to say it, billions of times, but I have not broken a single object that I would use. Like, I haven't punched anything or snapped my headset or broke my controller, none of that. So anyways, the next topic that I wanted to talk about was the fact that lots of the times people relate violence in, like, the real world, violence in America to video games, and obviously I've made videos about this, talking about it, so this is where I didn't want to discuss all of my time talking about it, but I feel that video games should not be targeted, and in fact they should be the things that are least targeted when you're thinking about violence in America. The problem is that we all have discussed this before. In general, it's just the parents not bringing the kids up right, and then they turn out to be complete whack jobs and do these things, and then the media go out there and they're like, oh, well, he plays Call of Duty on his Xbox or PlayStation that we found here, so that's the culprit, that's the cause of why this incident happened, when in reality it's not. And I think it's the complete opposite of that, actually. If you're raging at a video game, right, like I do, I don't have to worry about raging somewhere else, If let's say I didn't have Black Ops 3 to rage at, or Call of Duty, or whatever game it was to rage at, I didn't have this output, then what would I do? What would I take my rage else out on? It's not like I'm just going to mysteriously make my rage go away. We all have our stressful moments in talking in real life. Within this video, I'm talking about, like, not just, oh, I'm raging because of the game, which happens all the time, but I relate to my rage fests with things that are stressful in real life, and I try and let them loose. And when I do that while I'm playing a game, and then afterwards I'm kind of like, oh, okay, I know that for a fact that because I raged and I'm angry, I don't really feel that tension anymore, that need to want to do something else. Whereas people that don't play video games or don't have that extra output tend to do. It's like, what were they going to release their rage out on, and that's the whole problem. And that's why I think video games should be the least targeted out of everything, but that's a different topic that I don't want to get all into and make people angry or whatever, that video games are not the cause of America's problems, and that we need to wake up and teach our kids and stuff in a viable manner. So, that's just a different topic, but the main problem, the question here is, do you play with rage? Like, are you one of the people that doesn't rage at all, that loves Call of Duty, that just sits there and plays the game happily, or any game, I mean to say? I don't know why I just keep relating to Call of Duty, because that's what usually my channel's based around. Or are you like me, where sometimes, you get into a bad game, and it happens usually a lot more of the times than good than bad, Most of the times, like I'd say about 80% of the time I'll get into a bad game, and maybe about 20% of the time I'll get into a good game where I don't rage, and then you just happen to rage and let it out, and that's just how it happens to be. And maybe you've even gone to the point where you've broken something, which I haven't, luckily, and hopefully I don't plan to do so in the future. Like, if that becomes a problem, like, oh, I'm about to break something, then that's a problem. But if you don't break anything and you're raging, I don't really see a problem with that, you know? So that's just my thoughts on it, but you could leave your comments down below on what you think. Hope you did all enjoy the video. Of course, leave a like if you did enjoy and subscribe for more content. As always, this is NinjaGeek. I'll see you on the next one. I'm out. And peace.